Yeah, this was just going to be a video specifically about Hunter Biden, but the news sort of earlier this morning was Jill Biden, second wife of Joe Biden, isn't really a doctor, I guess, but she's been running around calling herself Dr. Jill Biden forever, so you know what, the name is stuck, and nobody in real journalism would actually question or kind of try to figure out what the fuck she actually has the doctorate in, but as you can see, the Wall Street Journal published an opinion piece. Normally, you don't like to respond to opinion pieces because, well, it's just one person's fucking opinion, obviously, hence the name, duh, but this one's funny because it's ruffling all the feathers of all the right people. So I decided I'm going to take a look at this as well, and we're going to have a laugh at it, and then we're going to get into Hunter Biden, because that is a story that keeps on giving, even though I think it's going to get memory hold, and even though there was that caucus, or rather the committee around the 25th Amendment for impeachment that Nancy Pelosi was setting up prior to the election, I don't think that this is a long game to eventually try to get rid of Joe Biden and install Kamala Harris. I think that's way too conspiratorial for my head, but if it happens, fucking, I don't know, it's just as likely as anything else, I suppose. But is there a doctor in the White House? God damn it. The Wall Street Journal is really a prestigious institution, but the fact that they kind of have like a New York Post-style headline for an opinion piece that has gathered this much steam is really kind of refreshing. I do appreciate it. If not, yeah, if you need an MD, Jill Biden should think about dropping the honorific, which feels fraudulent, even comic. I agree. Madam First Lady, not yet. Mrs. Biden, Jill, kiddo. A bit of advice on what may seem like a small, but I think it's not unimportant matter. Any chance that you might drop the doctor before your name? Dr. Jill Biden sounds and feels fraudulent. Not to say a touch comic. A touch comedic. Come on now. Somebody needs to read over your first couple of lines there. Joe Epstein. That's why I seen his name trending before bed last night. That's weird. Your degree is, I believe, an educational doctor. A doctor of education, rather. Earned at the University of Delaware. Oh my god. Do the Bidens just own Delaware? Obviously, I'm on the other side of the continent in a different country, and I'm not too sure. But everything seems to run through Delaware, and I understand that Joe Biden's been a senator for, what did he say, 180 some years for the state of Delaware. So who knows? Yeah, maybe he was actually a part of that crusade George Washington led. Come on, man. Through a dissertation with the unpromising title, this is a word salad if I've ever seen one. Student retention at the community college level, meeting students' needs. She got a doctorate for that. Cool. A wise man once said that no one should call himself doctor unless he has delivered a child. Think about it, Dr. Jill, and forthwith dropped the doc. I taught at Northwestern University for 30 years without a doctorate or any advanced degree. I only have a BA in absentia from the University of Chicago in absentia because I took my final examination on a pool table at headquarters company Fort Hood, Texas, while serving in a peacetime army in the late 1950s. Godspeed, sir. I do have an honorary doctorate, though I have to report that the president of the school that awarded it was fired the year after I received it, not, I hope, for allowing my honorary doctorate. Terrific. During my years as a university teacher, I was sometimes addressed, usually on the phone, as Dr. Epstein. Oh, Jesus. Instead of dropping the honorary title, you should consider getting a new last name, especially after this. On such occasions, it was all I could do not to reply. Read 2 chapters of Henry James and get into bed. I'll be right over. It's hilarious. I don't have a subscription to the Wall Street Journal, and they only allow you to read a few different paragraphs before they cut you off, and I would consider definitely joining them because they do some really good reporting, and especially all of their stock stuff. It speaks for themselves, to be completely honest. So it's always nice to see somebody in the Biden family be a total hypocrite, and yeah, I won't even bother showing you what fucking Twitter's doing right now. They're just, you're being mean to her, she earned that, whatever. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's the type of memory holding and different brainwashing that we can expect in the next few years. Jesus Christ, I'm sure Biden will probably have a doctorate in hair plugology. But now we gotta get on to the meat of the thing. You know, the thing. The Hunter Biden thing. Joe Biden deflects questions from the press, stays silent on criminal investigation of Hunter Biden. And now that CNN has reported on it, all of those laptops and all of those emails are definitely 100% true because he's being investigated for his taxes, right? Justice taxes. Which taxes? Business taxes. Where is he doing the business? China. But don't say the last part too loud. Former Vice President Joe Biden refused to answer questions about his son, Hunter Biden. But I'm talking about Beau. You see, they used to play with my hair and would stand up in the pool. Who is undergoing tax investigation by the Justice Department. That Justice Department that knew about this months ago and stayed silent about it. Oh, Bill. And was subject to a series of stories in the New York Post about his potentially criminal foreign business activity. When asked by a reporter about the investigation, which gained traction with the mainstream media this week, despite it being previously reported, Biden avoided questions, only replying that he was proud of his son. Yeah, he made him millions of dollars. Why wouldn't you be proud of your son? Did Hunter Biden commit a crime? One reporter asked. Have you spoken to your son, Mr. President? Ugh. I'm proud of my son, Biden replied as he exited the room. Questions were getting a little too tough for the old dude, so he had to shuffle off stage right. While the former vice president took less than half of the number of the questions President Donald Trump did on the campaign trail, and I'm sure they probably ranged from, what kind of a brush do you use, and where do you get your suits tailored? I'm sure they were hardball questions such as that. Biden has a history of refusing to take questions, often walking off his campaign stages while ignoring the shouts of reporters or simply calling a lid many days. Expect that to continue. A label used by the campaign to announce Biden would not be made available for any public events or interviews. It was an old political term, and it hasn't been used in fucking decades or even centuries at this point, but Biden probably remembered the term during his first stead in the public life because, well, he's been around for, like he said, 180 some years. So Joe won't talk about his cropped son, so fuck it. Why not me? Why wouldn't I just continue the train? I've got, I think like a dozen videos when first all the shit started to break about this, and then it magically fucking went away with the election. Don't you think everybody fucking forgot about this? Joe Biden swore through the 2020 election that he had no knowledge of son Hunter's business dealings, but he was still proud of him. Was described in the 2017 email as office mates with a Chinese financier and emissary linked to the PLA, linked and now debunked. Like these stories, there's nothing true about them. They're just being pushed by Trump's friend Rudy Giuliani, Chinese energy conglomerate that the Biden family tried to cash in on, and according to a text, email, and sworn evidence from Hunter Biden's laptop and multiple whistleblowers. So yeah, it's not so much that Hunter Biden was dealing with the Chinese energy firm and all those different chairmen over there with the CEFC. One was Patrick Ho, I think, and another one with a very long Chinese name as well. Ho actually did time. Before reading further, keep in mind that the FBI, always trust the FBI, and Attorney General Bill Barr knew all of this and sat on it during the 2020 election and Trump's impeachment. Oh man, and to think I was very proud of the work that Bill Barr did. Jesus Christ, I feel like an asshole. While Fox News debate moderator Chris Wallace made Biden corruption off limits during the first presidential debate. Sir, will you talk about why you banned race sensitivity training? I didn't do that. Oh, you answer that. How about you denounce white supremacy for the 900th fucking time? In a September 27th email found in Hunter Biden's laptop, obtained by the Daily Caller, Hunter wrote to the general manager of his former Washington, D.C. office building, asking him to have keys made available to office mates Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden, and Gong Wen Dong, a Chinese financier. That's the man I was thinking of. Hunter identified Dong, I think we all know what it looks like at this point, as an emissary of the CEFC and now defunct Chinese energy conglomerate whose executive chairman and affiliates have ties to China's People's Liberation Army. And so does Canada, because we let them fucking train up here. According to a report by the Project 2049 Institute, that sounds dystopian, a US-based organization which reaches security issues concerning Asia. Please have keys. This is the official email that came off of the laptops as well. Please have keys made available for new office mates. Legitimately said that. Wow. Joe Biden, Jill Biden, Jim Biden. They have a very weird naming convention in their family. The short names, and they're all J's. I would say that they're all D's. Dong Wang Dong. I would like the office sign ton. Ton? When you're cracked out, you can't fucking be bothered to proofread. To reflect the following: the Biden Foundation, Hudson West. Oh, the Biden Foundation. You know, that great cancer research foundation that donated $0 to cancer research. The lease will remain under my company's name, Rosemont Seneca. We've heard of them before. If you need information on individuals, please refer to the wiki pages. Too bad Julian Assange isn't free, because those could be WikiLeaks pages. God, this story would have been so much bigger if Julian Assange would have been the one to break it. Fuck's sakes. In response, Cecilia E. Browning, general manager of the office building, the House of Sweden, weird how that kind of circled back around, replied that they were very excited and honored to welcome your new colleagues, and confirmed that they requested 4 more keys as well as change of name on the door. Isn't that fucking delightful? Hunter Biden revealed this week that he had been notified that federal prosecutors in Delaware are investigating his tax affairs. I'm sure that they all probably definitely don't have any links to the Biden family, and nothing will definitely come of this whatsoever. Yuck. Multiple news outlets have reported that the probe is also focused on Biden's foreign business activities, including with CEFC, and was China's 4th largest energy conglomerate before going out of business. Don't get your hopes up, kids. We've seen most of the shit on the fucking laptop. We can fucking deduce that the entire Biden family is in on this. The James has been cashing in across the fucking globe. So is Hunter. It's been fucking brazen for years at this point. And, yeah, the FBI is looking into it. Yeah, fucking woo. Who gives a shit? Let's see what else, because I want you guys to be up to date on all of the information that we got here. Hunter Biden has been subpoenaed over Burisma. Oh my God, maybe something's going to happen. 24 other entities as part of 4 investigations. Hunter Biden has been subpoenaed by federal investigators over his involvement in at least 24 entities, including Ukrainian gas company Burisma, but he got that job legitimately. Why would you need to subpoena him over it? That's weird, according to the Associated Press, citing a person familiar with the Justice Department tax investigation. Okay. I'm waiting. News of the subpoena follows a joint announcement from Hunter and his father, Joe Biden, we need to be specific here, campaign last week, which acknowledged that he was under investigation for tax fraud, with the Washington Post noting that Hunter had yet to be interviewed by the FBI or served with subpoenas. Well, now they've shown up, and I'm sure that they probably have a time and date of whatever is convenient for you and when you cannot be high long enough to answer a few questions. The subpoena issued Tuesday covers a wide swath of Hunter's tax and international business dealings, and which could be a serious case against the Biden family, or a serious attempt by the DOJ to put a bow on the matter. AP notes that it's unclear if Burisma is a central part of the investigation. What else could it be? Between Burisma and CEFC, there are millions, if not billions of dollars that have benefited directly to the Biden family and whatever other fucking affiliated entities out there that have all benefited off of the Biden name, which is always something that you see if you dig deep enough into any of these corruption allegations with the Biden family, relying on the Joe Biden name, which is, always so powerful. I never really quite realized that. Despite Joe Biden admitting on tape that he had Ukraine's chief prosecutor fired during the same period, and said investigator Viktor Shokin was investigating Burisma's founder for corruption. There would be a lot of information here that could potentially come out. The subpoena also covers Hunter's Chinese business dealings with other financial transactions. The AP also notes that Hunter fell under investigation in 2018, knowledge which somehow didn't leak from the DOJ until after the 2020 election. Weird how that works, huh? Kind of like how they realized that, oh man, look at all of our successful trials when it comes to a COVID vaccine. And boy, how long has it been? A week after the election? Yeah, we've been 95% successful. Weird. During the election, of course, Hunter was completely off limits with a virtual press blackout on the subject, and President Trump receiving a sharp rebuke from debate moderator Chris Wallace for bringing it up. I will not say that fucking droopy-eyed senior citizen any longer. Probe was launched in 2018, the year before his father announced his candidacy for president. At one point in the investigation, federal prosecutors were also examining potential laundering offenses. Two people familiar with the matter told the AP. Fucking Christ. No, okay. So they've been looking into the laptop since the end of 2019, October to be more specific, and probe was launched in 2018. Unfucking believable, and they haven't done dick all about it. Hunter said he only learned of the investigation on Tuesday. He's sober enough to fucking see the subpoenas, I suppose. The younger Biden joined the board of Burisma in 2014, around the time his father, then vice president, was helping conduct the Obama administration's foreign policy with Ukraine. President Donald Trump and his allies have long argued without evidence that the Hunter Biden's work in Ukraine influenced the Obama administration policies toward the Eastern European nation, care of the Associated Press, hence their need to put without evidence. Well, yeah, if you don't look at the evidence, then it doesn't exist. Now, does it? Look no further than the fucking Supreme Court. Meanwhile, Fox News reports that he's currently under 4 investigations. Cool. I hope something comes out of this, because there is, in fact, a mountain of evidence, but that never really means much, especially when the DOJ and the FBI are looking into it. But at least you guys know that he's been served subpoenas. He worked in the same office as one of his Chinese confidants, for whatever that means, but it does at least show that there was some kind of working relationship there at a physical location, and his stepmom is just as corrupt as the rest of the family, so it's always nice to tie a little bow on the end of these Joe Biden clips, even though nobody fucking watches them, because Joe Biden and the Biden name is about as popular as crib death on YouTube. But hey, it is the news. You guys deserve to know it, and I am here to serve it up for you, hopefully with a couple of laughs as well. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.